My beloved child, stop scrolling and remain here for a moment, because what you are about to hear has already begun unfolding in a conversation you were never meant to witness with your physical eyes. Something is waiting for you inside these words, and it is not a coincidence that this message reached you now. Heaven has been watching a quiet confession take place, a confession involving your future life partner, their sister, and the truth about you that could no longer remain hidden. Do not move away yet. The most important part was not what your future life partner admitted. It was what their sister said after hearing your name for the very first time. There are moments when a person carries someone in their heart for so long that silence becomes heavier than honesty. Your future life partner has reached such a moment. For some time, they have tried to protect their feelings by pretending that what they sense about you is ordinary. They have told themselves that it is merely curiosity, merely admiration, merely a passing thought that will eventually fade. Yet every attempt to dismiss the connection has only made it stronger. Every time they tried to focus on something else, something reminded them of you. A song. A place. A small phrase. A dream that felt too vivid to ignore. A sudden peace arriving in the middle of a restless night. They did not understand why your presence could feel so close even when distance, circumstances, or silence appeared to stand between you. They could not explain why imagining a future with you felt more natural than imagining a future without you. And because these feelings frightened them, not with danger, but with the possibility of something real, they kept them private. They did not speak openly. They did not want anyone to question them before they had found the courage to question themselves. But something changed. Pause here, because the change did not begin during a dramatic event. It began in an ordinary moment, the kind that most people would overlook. Your future life partner was sitting with their sister, trying to appear calm, trying to take part in a normal conversation. The room was familiar. The atmosphere was simple. Nothing about the moment seemed destined to become important. Yet heaven often hides turning points inside ordinary hours. Their sister noticed something before a single word was spoken. She noticed that your future life partner was distracted. Not absent, but emotionally elsewhere. Their eyes kept lowering as though they were reading an invisible message. Their voice changed whenever the conversation moved toward relationships, destiny, or the future. They smiled at moments when nothing amusing had been said. Then they became quiet, as if that smile had revealed too much. Their sister watched them carefully. She knew them well enough to recognize the difference between tiredness and emotional weight. She knew when they were hiding disappointment, and she knew when they were carrying hope. But this was neither. This was deeper. This looked like someone standing at the edge of a truth they were afraid to say aloud. At first, their sister did not push. She allowed the silence to breathe. She spoke about small things and waited. But your future life partner's heart was already racing, because somewhere within them, they knew the question was coming. They knew that the secret they had guarded was becoming visible through their expression. Then their sister looked directly at them and asked, "Who is it?" Those 3 words changed the energy of the room. Your future life partner tried to laugh. They looked away. They pretended not to understand. But their sister did not smile. She repeated the question, more gently this time. Who is the person you keep thinking about? Do not skip this moment, because what happened next was the first crack in the wall your future life partner had built around their feelings. Their breathing slowed. Their defenses weakened. They could have denied everything. They could have changed the subject. They could have walked away. Instead, they said something that surprised even them. They said, "There is someone." For the first time, the truth about you entered that room. Your future life partner did not say your name immediately. They spoke carefully, almost as though they were handling something sacred. They described the way you made them feel without realizing it. They spoke of the strange calm that came over them whenever they thought of you. They admitted that something about you felt familiar, though they could not explain why. They said they had tried to ignore the connection, but it continued to return with greater intensity. Their sister listened in complete silence. Your future life partner continued. They explained that you were not simply attractive to them. It was not only your appearance, your voice, your way of moving through the world, or the mystery surrounding you. It was the feeling beneath all of it. They felt as though your soul carried something their heart had been waiting to recognize. Then they confessed something they had never spoken to anyone before. They admitted that they had imagined conversations with you that had not yet happened. They had wondered what your laughter would sound like in their home. They had pictured ordinary mornings beside you. They had imagined protecting your peace, supporting your dreams, and standing with you during the moments when life became difficult. These were not wild fantasies meant to escape reality. They were quiet visions that came to them naturally, often when they least expected them. But then their voice became uncertain. They told their sister they were afraid. Not afraid of you. Afraid of how much you might matter. Afraid that they had discovered something rare before they were prepared to receive it. Afraid that they would make the wrong move, wait too long, speak too soon, or allow old wounds to sabotage what could become the most meaningful connection of their life. Their sister leaned closer. She asked, "Does this person know how you feel?" The question struck deeply. Your future life partner hesitated. They said they did not know. Perhaps you had sensed something. Perhaps you had seen it in their eyes, in their silence, or in the way they responded to you differently from everyone else. But they had never fully revealed it. They had held back. They had waited for a sign. They had told themselves there would be a better time. Their sister's expression changed. Until that moment, she had listened with curiosity. But now something more serious appeared in her face. She understood that this was not a simple story about attraction. She understood that your future life partner had been quietly carrying a decision. And she also understood that silence could eventually become loss. Then your future life partner finally said your name. The room became still. The moment your name was spoken, their sister reacted in a way your future life partner did not expect. Her eyes widened slightly, not with disapproval, not with anger, but with recognition. She repeated your name slowly, as though she had heard it somewhere before. Your future life partner noticed immediately. They asked, "Why did you look at me like that?" Their sister did not answer at once. She looked down. She appeared to be searching through a memory. Then she asked a question that made your future life partner's heart begin to pound. She said, "Are you certain that is the person's name?" Your future life partner confirmed it. Their sister became quiet again. Something huge is waiting for you in what followed, because this was the moment the conversation moved beyond ordinary emotion. Your future life partner had expected advice. They had expected teasing, questions, or perhaps a warning to be careful. They had not expected their sister to respond as if your name had already crossed her path. She stood and walked toward another part of the room. Your future life partner watched, confused, as she searched for something. She opened a drawer, moved a few objects, and removed a small notebook that she had kept for private thoughts, prayers, and dreams. Your future life partner asked what she was doing. She replied, "I need to show you something, but first you must tell me the truth. When did you first begin feeling this connection?" Your future life partner gave her the approximate time. They spoke about when your presence began to feel different, when their thoughts began returning to you, and when they first sensed that this connection might become important. Their sister stopped moving. The date matched something she had written. She opened the notebook and turned through several pages. Her hands were steady, but her expression carried disbelief. She found the entry she had been searching for and looked at your future life partner for a long moment before reading. Weeks earlier, before your future life partner had told her anything about you, she had experienced a dream. In that dream, she saw her sibling standing at a doorway, uncertain whether to open it. On the other side of the doorway stood a figure surrounded by gentle light. She could not clearly see the person's face, but she heard a name spoken. Your name. She had awakened with an unusual feeling of peace and urgency. She wrote down everything she remembered, including the name, because it had felt too specific to forget. At the time, she did not understand what it meant. She assumed it might symbolize someone she would meet, a place she would visit, or perhaps nothing at all. But now her sibling was sitting before her, speaking about a person with that exact name. Stay till the end, because the dream was only the first part of what she revealed. Your future life partner could barely speak. They asked to see the page. Their sister handed them the notebook. There it was, your name, written before the conversation had ever taken place. Your future life partner read it more than once. For a few seconds, neither of them spoke. The room felt changed. What had begun as a private confession now carried a deeper mystery. Your future life partner had spent so long questioning whether their feelings were real, whether the connection meant anything, whether they were imagining the significance of you. Yet their sister had written your name before knowing you existed in their sibling's heart. Their sister then said something that shook them even more. She said, "I do not believe this person entered your life by accident." Your future life partner looked at her with emotion rising in their eyes. They wanted to believe her, but fear returned. They asked the question that had been silently haunting them. What if I am wrong about everything? Their sister closed the notebook and placed it between them. She did not offer empty comfort. She did not promise that every step would be easy. She did not say that destiny removes the need for courage. Instead, she spoke with a calmness that made every word feel important. She said, "You may be wrong about the timing. You may be wrong about how the story will unfold. But you are not wrong about the way this has changed you." That sentence reached a place in your future life partner that had remained guarded for years. Because she was right. Since the connection with you began, something inside them had changed. They had started thinking differently about love. They had become more honest with themselves. They had begun confronting old patterns they once avoided. They wanted to become steadier, wiser, and more emotionally present, not because you demanded it, but because the thought of loving you awakened a desire to become the kind of person who could protect something precious. Their sister saw all of this. She reminded them of who they had been before your energy entered their heart. She remembered how they used to speak about relationships with distance, how they laughed when conversations became too serious, how quickly they withdrew whenever someone came too close. Yet now they were sitting with trembling hands, confessing that one person had made them imagine a future they had never allowed themselves to want. She said, "You are not afraid because this means nothing. You are afraid because it means more than you expected." Your future life partner lowered their head. For the first time, they admitted that they had considered walking away from the connection. They had thought about forcing themselves to forget you before their feelings became too strong. They believed that leaving emotionally might be easier than risking rejection, disappointment, or misunderstanding. Their sister's response was immediate. She said, "Do not punish a new person for wounds they did not create." Those words landed heavily. Your future life partner had never described every detail of their past, but their sister knew enough. She knew that their silence was not only hesitation. It was protection. Somewhere in their history, they had learned that revealing their heart could lead to pain. They had learned to control emotion before emotion could control them. They had learned to expect endings before allowing beginnings. But you were awakening a different possibility. You were not asking them to forget wisdom. You were awakening the courage to stop letting fear make every decision. Their sister looked at them and said, "This person may not know the battles you are fighting in silence. They may only see the distance. They may mistake your caution for a lack of interest. And one day, if you continue hiding, they may finally believe you do not care." Your future life partner's eyes changed. That possibility frightened them more than rejection. They could endure being told that the timing was not right. They could endure a difficult conversation. They could even endure learning that you needed space. But the thought that you might walk away believing you were unwanted, that thought broke something open inside them. They asked their sister, "What am I supposed to do?" Her answer came softly. "First, stop lying to yourself." The silence that followed was not empty. It was full of truth. Your future life partner had been telling themselves that they needed certainty before taking a step. Yet certainty is rarely given before courage. They had been waiting for every fear to disappear. But some fears do not disappear until a person moves through them. They had been hoping for a perfect sign while ignoring the quiet signs already surrounding them. Their sister pointed to the notebook. She said, "I cannot tell you what the future will look like. But I can tell you that I wrote this person's name before you ever spoke it to me. I can tell you that I have never seen you speak about anyone the way you speak about them. And I can tell you that if you continue waiting for a moment without risk, you may wait until the moment has passed." Your future life partner looked again at your name on the page. Something inside them became clear. They were not ready to make a grand declaration. They were not ready to reveal every feeling at once. But they could no longer pretend that silence was harmless. They understood that eventually, they would have to choose between the safety of hiding and the possibility of being known. Then their sister asked a question that changed the direction of the conversation. She said, "What is it about this person that you have not told me yet?" Your future life partner became still. Until then, they had spoken about your energy, your presence, your effect on their heart. They had described the emotional connection. But there was one detail they had intentionally avoided. Their sister noticed. She leaned closer and repeated the question. "There is something else. I can see it in your face. What happened between you?" Your future life partner looked toward the window. Their expression became more vulnerable. They said nothing for several seconds. Then they revealed that there had been a moment, perhaps brief, perhaps easy for others to overlook, when they believed you felt the connection too. It was not a dramatic confession. It was something smaller and therefore more powerful. A look that lasted longer than expected. A conversation that felt different from all the others. A gentle change in your voice. A moment when the world around them seemed to become distant, leaving only the awareness of each other. They had replayed that moment many times. Some days, they believed it was real. Other days, they convinced themselves they had imagined it. But they could not forget the way you looked at them, because there was something in your eyes that felt like recognition. Their sister listened carefully. She asked, "And what did you do after that moment?" Your future life partner swallowed hard. They admitted that they pulled away. Not because they felt nothing, but because they felt too much. They became quieter. More careful. Less available. They thought distance would help them regain control. They did not realize that from your perspective, their change may have looked like disinterest or rejection. Their sister shook her head slowly. She said, "Then this person may be carrying questions you created." The words were not cruel. They were honest. Your future life partner's heart sank. They began remembering moments when you may have waited for reassurance that never came. Moments when you offered warmth and received uncertainty. Moments when they could have spoken but chose silence. They began wondering whether you had blamed yourself for their distance. Their sister saw the regret rising in them and reached for their hand. She said, "Regret is useful only when it teaches you what to do next." Then she said the sentence you need to hear now. She said, "If this person is meant to become part of your future, you must stop making them pay for your fear." Your future life partner could no longer hide their emotion. They asked whether she truly believed you could become their life partner. Their sister did not answer immediately. She looked again at the notebook. Then she looked at her sibling with a strange mixture of certainty and caution. She said, "I believe this person is connected to a turning point in your life. Whether they become your life partner will depend on what both of you choose. But I also believe you have already been given more confirmation than you realize." Your future life partner asked what she meant. Their sister turned to another page. This is where the conversation became even more extraordinary. The dream with your name was not the only thing she had written. On another night, she had awakened after seeing a second image. In this one, she saw two paths moving separately through darkness. At first, the paths appeared to be traveling in opposite directions. But farther ahead, they curved toward the same place. At the point where they joined, there was a tree covered in light. Beneath that tree were two figures. One was her sibling. The other figure held something in their hand. Your future life partner asked what the object was. Their sister hesitated. She had never understood it before. In the dream, the object looked like a folded letter, sealed but not yet delivered. She remembered feeling that the message inside it contained words that had been delayed for a long time. Your future life partner's face changed. Because there was something their sister did not know. For several days, your future life partner had been writing a message to you. Not sending it. Writing it, deleting it, rewriting it, then saving it again. A message filled with truths they had never had the courage to say. Their sister stared at them. She asked, "You already wrote something?" Your future life partner nodded. The air in the room became heavy with meaning. Their sister asked to hear it, but your future life partner refused at first. The words were too personal. The message revealed too much. It spoke of the connection, the confusion, the fear, and the hope that you had not completely closed your heart. But their sister said, "Perhaps you did not come here to tell me about this person. Perhaps you came here because you needed someone to tell you not to delete that message again." Your future life partner became silent. They reached for their phone. Their fingers trembled as they opened the draft. The message was still there. Your name appeared at the top. Their sister did not read every word. She only glanced at the first line before turning the screen back toward them. Yet that single line was enough to bring tears to her eyes. Your future life partner noticed and asked why she was emotional. She replied, "Because I think this person has been waiting to hear this longer than you know. Do not leave now." The final moment of this part is the moment that changed everything. Your future life partner looked at the message again. Their finger hovered over the screen. For the first time, sending it felt possible. The fear was still present, but it no longer felt stronger than the truth. Their sister whispered, "Before you send it, there is one more thing I need to tell you." Your future life partner looked up. Her expression had changed completely. She no longer looked curious. She looked certain. She opened the notebook one final time and removed a folded piece of paper hidden between its pages. She said she had written something immediately after the second dream, something she had never shown anyone because she did not understand who it was meant for. Then she placed the folded paper in her sibling's hand. On the outside, there were only 5 words. Give this to the one. Your future life partner unfolded it slowly. They read the first sentence. And the moment they did, all the color left their face. Because the message their sister had written weeks before contained a private detail about you. Something your future life partner had never told her, something she could not have known, and something that proved the conversation was not happening by chance. Their sister looked at them and whispered, "Now you understand why you cannot keep running." But your future life partner did not answer. They were staring at the paper, reading the same sentence again and again. And what that sentence revealed about you, about the hidden reason your paths have not fully joined yet, and about the decision your future life partner is preparing to make next is the part they are still trying to understand.